Gavel in for this meeting of the Coralville City Council meeting, November 14th, 2017. Roll call.
Councilmember Hope. Present. Gill.
Present.
Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Gross.
Here. Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda. We'll get into it. Motion to approve the agenda.
Moved by Gill, second by Hoft. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda has been approved. Now is the time for citizen comments. Are there any comments from the citizens or the chamber here that would like to speak on something not on tonight's agenda? And if so, please state your name and address and speak into the microphone. We have a lot of people watching.
Hi, I'm Miriam Timmer-Hackert, and just wanted to give you a brief update that the Johnson County Comprehensive Planning Commission is coming to a close. We've had our 90% draft and discussed it. I think they're working on the final language, and there'll be plenty of time to give input on the final language as well. But they did actually make a fairly significant change in that it used to be in Johnson County, if you wanted to make agricultural land into a residential subdivision, the only thing that mattered was, are you in the northern corridor area, development area or not? And now they're going to have a more flexible process where they have a matrix and a grid and a list of questions and that sort of thing. But it is a fairly significant change in that it will open up more of Johnson County to development, although we do still have a board that really wants to preserve agricultural land and not sprawl.
Great, thank you. Other questions or comments from the audience on an item not on the agenda?
Good evening, John Grieve. I'm serving as board chair of the Coralville Community Pantry. Just here to report on some October numbers for you. We had 801 visits to the pantry that last month, serving 355 families, 1,169 individuals. Food, we went through 21,863 pounds this last month. And also wanted to thank everyone for supporting the food run this year. We had 170 participants, and we raised about $5,000 this year, which is a significant increase over years past. So we also just were able to purchase a new cooler to serve our clientele. So thanks to everyone's generosity. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any other comments from the audience on any items not on the agenda? All right, we'll go to the next item. Item 5, Community Development Block Grant Program Disaster Recovery National Disaster Resiliency Contract. This is the public hearing. I will open the public hearing. I will close the public hearing. Oh, I apologize. I
have to read for a while.
Oh, good. This might be the first person who's ever spoken at one of my public hearings before.
First for me, too.
Okay.
I'm Gary Hughes. I'm with the East Central Iowa Council of Governments, and I'm your grant administrator for the Stormwater Project. This hearing is concerned with the status of funded activities, which is funded through the Community Development Block Grant Program. And as part of that program, we are required to hold this hearing, and as part of that hearing, I'm also required to read a summary of findings pertaining to the project for 4 particular topics. So as required for this hearing, it is noted that A, for a general description of accomplishments to date, it is noted that at Pump Station 7, the outflow structure and riprap leading to the creek are completely installed, with structural work nearly complete. The walls and pilasters have been constructed, and the elevated deck on top has been poured with all access hatches. The new electrical transformer has been installed as well. At Pump Station 8, the discovery of contaminated soil on site delayed some work in order that testing and development of a contaminated soil management plan could be completed. The access road is nearly complete. The concrete bottom of new drainage channel and the inlet structure for the pump station have been installed. The bottom half of pilasters have been poured and the existing 60-inch reinforced concrete outlet pipe from the pump station has been repaired. The old transformer and related utilities have been removed to make way for new conduit and lines. B, for a summary of grant-related expenditures to date through October 31st, 2017, a total of $638,227.78 has been invoiced. $620,833.78 for engineering and construction, and $17,394 for grant administration. With the CDBG program paying 75% of engineering and construction and 100% of grant administration, $483,019 has been reimbursed by grant funding. C, for a general description of remaining work, it is noted that construction remains on schedule to have pump station number 7 operational at the beginning of 2018, with pump station 8 to follow a few weeks later. Surrounding site work that is weather dependent will be completed in the spring of 2018. And finally, D, for a general description of changes made to the project budget, performance targets, activity schedules, project scope, location, objectives, or beneficiaries, it is noted that no such changes have occurred.
Any other comments? I will now close the public hearing. We have another one, or?
Nope, that's
That's
it.
all. All right.
That's all we need to do for that.
Great, excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gary.
Item 6, Northeast Area Water and Sanitary Sewer Connection Fee District Public Hearing. I will open the public hearing on this matter. I will close the public hearing. Don, the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2017-1012, an ordinance establishing the Northeast Area Water Connection Fee District, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Hof, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Host, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hoft.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye. Ordinance passes. Ordinance C.
Ordinance number 2017-1013, an ordinance establishing the Northeast Area Sanitary Sewer Connection Fee District, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Groves, seconded by Dodds. Discussion. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hoft.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Ordinance passes. Item 7, Brown Deer Golf Club Public Hearing. I will now open the public hearing regarding a lease agreement with Fairway Suites Development. Any comments on this matter? I will close the public hearing. Don, the ordinance.
Oh, we got.
No.
We're on to number 8.
Oh.
No,
We had to
move
do the
on.
hearing. We're still
That'll
working
be
on the
another-
development
I
agreement. or the lease
apologize,
agreement.
yes. But I will say, at this point, we did have some people contact us, and this was just for the public hearing. The next process is where we get to design and this, that, the other.
Yep.
Great. Item 8, Lot 2, Iowa River Landing Part 2. Don, the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2017-1010, an ordinance amending the Coralville zoning ordinance, the same being ordinance number 664, as previously amended, rezoning certain property located within the corporate limits of the city of Coralville, Johnson County, Iowa, and generally known as Lot 2, Iowa River Landing Part 2, from CPUD 1, Commercial Plan Unit Development 1 District, to CPUD 2, Commercial Plan Unit Development 2 District, is introduced for adoption, third and final consideration by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gill, seconded by Hof. Roll call.
Hoft.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Ordinance passed, third and final consideration. Item 9. Portion of Outlot A, Dovetail Estates, Part 7. Don, the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2017-1011, an ordinance amending the Coralville Community Plan to reflect certain property generally known as a portion of Outlot A, Dovetail Estates, Part 7, Coralville, Iowa, to be designated residential use in place of neighborhood commercial use, is introduced for adoption. Second consideration by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Dodd, seconded by Goodrich. Discussion. Hearing none. Don, roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Holt.
Aye. Ordinance passes. Item 10, Coral Ridge Avenue Improvements, Phase 2. Don, the resolution?
Resolution setting a public hearing on the plan, specifications, estimate of cost, and form of contract for the Coral Ridge Avenue Improvements Phase 2, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Goodrich, second by Holt. Discussion.
Yeah, just like for the city engineer to give a brief update on the project that we'll be moving forward with.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This project involves Coral Ridge Avenue from Oakdale Boulevard to Forever Green Road, and we will be improving it from 2 lanes to 4 lanes. There'll be a center median and dedicated turn lanes at all of major intersections. There'll be new traffic signals at University Parkway and Wheaton Road, and there'll be a new pedestrian tunnel just north of Oakdale Boulevard so that peds and bicycles can pass underneath safely across the street. There'll be a new shared use path on the west side of Coral Ridge Avenue that will connect from Oakdale Boulevard again to Forever Green Road to North Liberty. There'll be stormwater management enhancements, roadway lighting, and new landscaping improvements. The project is scheduled to bid on December 5th, presuming approval of the council of the plans and specs. And the project will start in the spring, and you'll see construction there basically all of calendar year 2018. With all the hardscaping, the paving, and the sidewalks, and all the stuff done in 2018. And then landscaping and things may be extend over into 2019, but all the lanes will be open to traffic again at the end of 2018. Estimated cost for this construction project is $8.45 million, and of that, $1.7 million is coming as a grant from the DOT, and the remainder is either being assessed for intersection improvements that benefit specific properties or being paid for by local funds.
Okay. Further discussion.
Dan, is that going to be phased just like the Holiday Road to Oakdale, similar to that, or is it going to be?
Actually, this one's going to be a little bit different because we have very good access control on this road. There's very few intersections. There'll be several phases initially at the south end to get the Oakdale Boulevard, Coral Ridge Avenue intersection built. But once that's done, then there'll be one major phase where we'll close Coral Ridge from Oakdale north to Wheaton. And so we will run traffic east on Oakdale, up Cross Park Road, clear up to, again, Wheaton. And so that'll give the contractor about 3/4 of the project to work on without being under traffic, excuse me.
Sure.
So hopefully that should get us a lot
Should
better
speed
prices
things
for one
up.
thing and make it go a lot quicker as well. So.
Great.
Will
Thank
there
you.
be some road work done on that area through Oakdale before we put traffic on it?
We did some improvements on Cross Park Road just recently. Did some panel repair and some paving things to help make that a better, smoother road. We also will put temporary traffic signals at Oakdale Boulevard and Cross Park Road so that we can get people in and out of there safely and keep all lanes of traffic moving in all directions. So we think that will help keep things moving forward.
That's our last project.
It's our last major project on Coral Ridge, yeah.
Yep.
So.
It's great to hear there'll be a tunnel for.
Yes, yeah, I think that's, the
underneath
one
too.
on the south phase between Oakdale and Holiday, I think it's a lot of use, and it definitely is a much calmer, safer way for pedestrians and bicyclists to cross from one side of the road to the other.
Good.
Any other comments? Great, thank you, Dan. Kevin, roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Holt.
All right. Resolution passes. Item 12, bonds. Don?
We have to do number 11.
Oh, the 11, well,
11, Bridgewater.
we'll do 11. Better follow the order here. Item 11, Bridgewater subdivision, Part 1. Don, the resolution.
Resolution accepting certain municipal improvements constructed in Bridgewater subdivision, Part 1, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Hof, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Hof, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Holt.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Now item 12, bonds. Don, the resolution.
Resolution authorizing and approving the execution and delivery of various documents and taking of actions in connection with the acquisitions, construction, improving, and financing of retail building and related improvements in the Iowa River Landing, including authorizing execution and delivery of a First Amendment to lease purchase agreement and a First Supplemental Trust Agreement and related documents, authorizing the issuance and approving the sale of Series 2017 E certificate and providing for a collection of taxes to pay base lease payments under the lease purchase agreement and related matters, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Hoft. Discussion.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem. Just staying consistent with my previous votes, although I'm very supportive of the project, I do have concerns about the city taking on the responsibility of the financing, so I will vote no.
Other discussion. Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hope.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Nay.
Motion passed 4-1. Item 13, Oakdale Boulevard Bridge Repair over Muddy Creek. Don, the motion.
That's the motion.
You just go ahead and
Oh,
make
yeah.
the motion.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Gale, second by Dodds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Now the resolution.
Resolution accepting the Oakdale Boulevard Bridge repair over Muddy Creek is completed. Introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gale, second by Goodrich. Discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one thing I was going to ask Dan or Sherry, I don't know which one is the best, is Councilmember Goodrich had asked me, and I late this afternoon, I forgot to follow up, what will happen to the trees that are left in that corridor?
There's a significant erosion on the bank of Muddy Creek right there, right south and east of the bridge. And so that's something that needs to be addressed in relatively short order here. We were hoping to be able to do it over this this winter. And so to be in conformance with federal environmental laws, we had to cut down the trees early enough so that they didn't become bat habitat. So that's why they were cut down and just left there as they are. Our goal is to through the budgeting process that's coming up, get funding allocated for that project so that we can do that channel improvement, clean that all up this coming summer.
Other discussion. Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hope.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item 14, street patching 2017, 10th Street, west of 20th Avenue and 2488 Belmont Drive.
I'll make a motion to approve change order
Moved by Gill,
number 1.
Second.
second by Hoft. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Don, the resolution.
Resolution accepting the street patching 2017 10th Street west of 20th Avenue and 2488 Belmont Drive as completed. Introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Dodds, second by Hoft. Discussion. Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hope.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye. Resolution passes. Item 15, on-the-job automobile and mileage expense reimbursement.
I'd like to make a motion to table item number 15.
Second.
Moved by Gill, second by Dodds to table item 15. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, we will table item 15. Item 16, amendment to development agreement. Don, the resolution.
Resolution approving the First Amendment to a development agreement with CA Argent Coralville LLC, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Hof, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Hof, second by Gill. Discussion.
Yeah, this is the Millennial Housing Project at the corner of First Avenue and 7th Street. We have received a letter of commitment from a bank for their financing, and they also did move forward with all of the infrastructure work that the city had requested, which was primarily moving of dirt that was for our benefit. That was part of the overall project, and that was to get East 2nd Avenue up to grade from 7th Street north, do work down at First Avenue as well. So that work is all completed. There was just some, the legal work that they hadn't got completed to close, and so we need to have a formal amendment. And from my understanding from the city attorney, they will be ready to close by December 8th.
Kelly, can you talk about where the recycling is going to move to?
Yes, we have been working on that and with several different departments, and that will move up to the east of the Parks and Transit facility. And so we have a significant, large article in our upcoming connection that will describe that, because also the material will be, how it's left is different. It will be commingled. Everything except cardboard will be left in one container. And that's just for the drop site. So remind people at home, it stays the same, but at the drop site, you'll be able to take tin, paper, and plastic, and that'll be in one, and then the other one will be cardboard separately from that. So then that will all be in our newsletter, and it's on our website as well. And we'll have that up and running by the end of the month, so that well in advance of the closing of the existing recycling center, that will be available.
Any other discussion? Resolution. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hope.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item 17, Iowa Arena and Performance Center. Don, the resolution.
Resolution approving limited authorization to perform number 3 with M.A. Mortensen Company, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Gill. Discussion.
Yes, this would be for the mobilization of Mortensen and for the steel work and the ordering of that. And this would be our last limited authorization. Any future agreements will come after we have the development agreement between the city, Arena Co., and have all of the other financing discussed and in place. So this will take us through the end of December, I believe, Kevin?
Right, yep.
And then we should have all of those other agreements in place.
Other discussion. Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Hope.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Move to approve the consent column, items A through RR, except item U.
Second.
Motion by Gill, seconded by Hof to approve items A through RR with the exception of U. All in favor, say aye. No,
Aye.
roll call. It's a roll call because we're taking
Sorry.
one out. My bad. Yep, you're right.
Hope.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
And then we'll make a motion to table item U.
Moved by Gill to table item U. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dodds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have tabled item U. City Administrator's report.
The only thing I have is to wish everybody a great Thanksgiving, and also to remind people coming up on the 10th and 11th of December, we'll have the annual luminary festivities around the city, and there'll be activities all over the community, including City Hall, the Johnson County Museum, the old schoolhouse, and the old City Hall will be open, and there'll be activities at the mall as well. So encourage people to go online or read the Coralville Connection about all the activities, and then also to participate in the luminaries if you can, and get your neighborhood involved as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Kelly.
Yep.
Mayor's report. I guess I get to talk at this point. First of all, obviously I want to thank all the candidates that put themselves out for election last Tuesday. Congrats to my colleagues, Gil, Tom, and Lori for winning. And I'll give a shout out to our newest colleague-elect, Megan Foster, who's in the audience. So well done there. And speaking of elections, I've had a lot of questions geared towards me about elections. I just wanted to make a quick statement, if I may. After much deliberation and conversations with my family, I have decided that I will not be a candidate for the Iowa Senate in 2018. When we were in the process of making a final decision, Given the ages of our 3 daughters, it became very clear that serving in the legislature is not in the best interest of my family at this time. While I won't be on the ballot in 2018, I'll remain very active in making sure we elect a governor and a legislature that will focus on the issues that I care deeply about: public education, collective bargaining rights, mental illness and addiction treatment, affordable quality health care for all Iowans, and making Iowa a welcoming place for all those who want to call it home. If another legislative opportunity arises in the future, I will strongly consider becoming a candidate. Melanie and I are grateful for the support and encouragement that we have received from the people of Coralville, Senate District 37, and across the state. Most especially, we're thankful for our friends, Bob and Sue Dvorsky, whose guidance and support means the world to us. I'm also thankful for the advice, encouragement, and counsel I received from Senators Bolcom, Kinney, Hogue, and Peterson, as well as Representatives Jacoby and Masher. I look forward to finishing my term on City Council and as Mayor Pro Tem, and I'm excited about the opportunities Coralville has moving forward. And that's all I've got. City Attorney.
I'd just like to say thanks with a smile to the successful candidates, Tom and Lori. Why the job, I don't know, but there it is. And also to our newcomer, also the same thing, to Megan Foster. That's all I have, Kevin.
I have nothing.
All right. Committee and council members report. Says Bill's alone down there. Make sure he's awake. Bill, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple things. We had an Arts Commission meeting today. Kelly covered the Festival of Trees pretty well. I did want to mention ticket prices. They're $25 in advance, and correct me if I'm wrong, $25 in advance and $35 at the door? Okay, and it's should be a good time, so come on out for that. A couple of presentations that are going to be put on here relatively soon. Charlie Brown Christmas is this weekend. So come on, that's a lot of fun for the young footlighters. And then Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat are the second and third weekends in December. So, and I should mention that Charlie Brown Christmas is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. So there are tickets available. Also, I'd like to mention I'm wearing my West High stuff. Good luck to the Iowa City West Trojan football team in their bid to become state champions this Friday, 7 p.m. at the Unidome. It's extra special because my son was pulled up from the sophomore team, and he's a participant in the games for the playoffs. So it's been a lot of fun. And happy Thanksgiving. And also, I'd like to congratulate the winners of the most recent election. I don't need to mention their names because they've already been mentioned, but congratulations, and looking forward to watching you carry on. Thank you.
I'm giving the dinner speech Thursday night.
Yeah?
For the game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so
Good draw. Pump them up.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's pretty important because there's not been a losing speaker yet this season.
It's a good thing they picked the coach who has more state championships than anybody then.
Hoping it rubs off.
Yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, thanks, Kelly. I hadn't thought about that one yet. Only one place to go. Gil, what are you doing Thursday night?
I'll be in the road.
Okay. Councilmember Gill, what are your
I'd just
comments?
like to thank the citizens of Coralville for electing me again and putting their faith in me. It's very special. This is my 9th election, and it's very special, and I really appreciate it. I have nothing else, but is there a legislative session coming up soon, Kelly, that we're going to have here?
The forum, yes, that will be on
Tuesday,
Tuesday, November 21st, here at Coralville City Hall at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Again, thank you so much to the citizens of Coralville.
Councilmember Dodds.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the candidates who ran. Congratulations to council members Gill and Goodrich on your reelection, and welcome to Megan Foster. We look forward to working with you. I also want to say thanks to Bill Hoft for his 8 years of service, even though we still have about 6 weeks left.
Well, he's not going anywhere.
But we'll have him here for a little bit longer. But thank you for serving, and you will be missed with us.
My honor and pleasure. Thank you.
We have MPO JC tomorrow night, so I don't have anything to report on that quite yet. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Councilmember Goodrich.
Thank you so much for the encouragement and vote again to do my second term for City of Coralville. I appreciate all of that. And I do have a couple things. Mitch, we just need to talk about you more because you have won the Jaeger Education Accomplishment Honor from the University of Iowa Board of Education, or the College of Education. So we want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Yep. And we would like to talk a little bit about the shelter. It was in our consent calendar, and so Sherry has offered to show us pictures. It was 00 in our consent calendar, and we have a new shelter that's planned for Northridge. And there's a couple others, too.
Thanks,
Sherry?
Lori. Yeah, I thought it was worth having, Lori mentioned that not only is this shelter going up, and as soon as that arrives, we're going to start work on that. That'll be demolished. The old shelter will be demolished, actually, starting very soon. But we also are replacing, there's 3 small one picnic table shelters in Northridge Park. And we've been watching those very carefully the last couple of years on use. We will take down all 3 and replace 2 of them with new one picnic table steel structures that will match the swing that is by the pond. So by the time that we get done with all of this here this winter and next spring, we will have replaced the open air shelter, the large one that has 6 picnic tables, and replace the 2 smaller new ones, as well as do some work on the cedar shake shingle shelter. So lots of fun things going on there at Northridge Park, a nice facelift. Want to just show a picture of what's coming there with the shelter, standing seam metal roof, and laminate wood beams here, as well as tongue and groove ceiling. So very nice looking shelter. Ties in very nicely with the structure, the way the roof line is on the pavilion. So it's one of the things we were looking for in tying that park together. And you can see this old one right over here off to the north is the structure that we're going to be replacing, which is also shown here on this aerial map. We were taking this shelter down here, and then here's one of the smaller shelters. There's one a little bit north of this on the other side of the creek, and then one all the way at the northeast end of the park that we'll take down and replace with steel structures. So we'll have the open air shelter. We'll seat about 36 to 48. Each of the smaller ones are 4 to 6 people, and then the cedar shake shelter also seats about 4 to 6 people. So.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you. And one more thing, the Citizens Police Academy is taking applications for their winter. It's throughout the winter time on Monday nights. I participated last year. It was a great thing to be involved in, and I would encourage all ages to check that out on the Coralville.org website. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Lori. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Gale, second by Hope. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. You're welcome to come back to the work session